Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Crypto Crow, and this morning we're going to talk about something a little different. Once again, we're going to be talking about security. Recently, it was brought to my attention that somebody in my invite-only Telegram group, another influencer, was hacked, had his Gmail account hacked, everything hacked, lost, deleted. There is nothing more violating. Well, there are plenty of things, but of the top things, getting hacked is absolutely one of the worst feelings possible. And unfortunately for him, he was not using a FIDO security key. I'm sure he probably will now. But for those of you out there that are not yet using one, this little video is all about inspiring you to get one now. There are links in the description of this video. You can click them directly, pick one, and get it and use it. It's very, very simple. But to let you better understand what is FIDO security, what's the point of it all, I'm going to play a quick video. Then we're going to go over the top 4 FIDO keys that I think are worthwhile. So let's watch this video real quick. This isn't going to be a very long video, but this is one that I hope is going to help inspire you and potentially save you a lot of money and heartache in the future. So here we go.
We live in a technology-enabled world. But there are times when technology lets us down. Take passwords, for instance. For users, they're clumsy, hard to remember, and they need to be changed all the time. For businesses, passwords just don't provide the security necessary to keep important data from falling into the wrong hands. With over 80% of corporate data breaches being caused by stolen or weak user credentials, the time for improvement in authentication standards is now. And that's where the FIDO Alliance comes in. FIDO, or Fast Identity Online, is a consortium of the world's leading technology companies dedicated to changing the way online authentication is done. We're establishing technical standards that will provide interoperable mechanisms that are far more secure and easier to use than passwords. From biometrics such as fingerprints and facial scans to second-factor authentication devices, FIDO's standards are allowing companies and service providers to better serve their customers and employees. Core to the FIDO approach is a personal device, like a smartphone or token, that uses a set of cryptographic keys to securely access FIDO-enabled services, such as Google, Facebook, or PayPal. FIDO authentication data, such as biometrics, is never stored with the service, which protects the user's privacy and shields their login credentials from hackers. But the best part is that users no longer have to choose between better security or a better user experience. With FIDO, they get both. Over 400 interoperable products have been FIDO certified, and FIDO enabling your product or service is easier than ever. FIDO provides a set of universal specifications to build to and a rich ecosystem of products and services to enable turnkey deployment. Visit our website for more information on how to deploy FIDO authentication today. With FIDO, our technology-enabled world is finally becoming a safer place.
All right, so that was a pretty cool little video just to explain things briefly. Now, ultimately, these little keys are very, very easy to use. Typically, you're going to set them up in your two-factor authentication security settings on whatever app or website or wherever you're at. I've been using one of these keys now since, well, for over a year and a half. And I try to use them on anything I can, basically. So, because people are either brute forcing your passwords, they're getting access to old email accounts. Like this thing says, often people use the same password over and over again, or they're saving those passwords in their browsers, which is a big no. I don't do any of that crap anymore because I learned a very hard lesson. And luckily for me, I still had two-factor set up on all the things that were key or very important, except at the time my YouTube account. And I don't want to ever have to deal with that again if at all possible. So I've been using one of these hardware keys, and they're very easy to use. And once you've set it up, you go to the account, when you log in, and then a little screen will pop up. Press the button on your YubiKey or whatever you're using. You plug it in through USB, push a little button, boom, it's unlocked. You throw it back in the drawer, you're done. And that's pretty much how easy they are. I really encourage everybody to get one. So let's look at some of the top 5. One of the easiest, this one is actually the most expensive, but has over 1,000 ratings. It looks like over 4.5 stars. This is Yubico, and this is actually sold by Yubico. It's a YubiKey or 5 NFC 2-factor authentication, USB and NFC security key. Fits USB-A ports and works with supported NFC mobile devices. So there's a link directly in the description to grab one of these. You can go through and you can read through a lot of this stuff. Because some of the keys work differently, but most of them are generally the same idea. This is the Fiat Multipass FIDO key. This one's a little sleeker in design, if that matters to you, but ultimately that's what it looks like. You're plugging it in, you push the little button, and you're done. And the thing of it is that if somebody's trying to access an account and they don't have this hardware key, they're not getting in. I mean, that's basically what it boils down to. At least they shouldn't be able to get in. So these are very, very important in my opinion. This is a combo pack. So for $39, you're able to get one of each of these in a nice little box. This is apparently by Fiat. That's maybe you need two. You want one for home, one for the office. There you go. That's an opportunity to get one. Now, this last one is interesting. This actually is a fingerprint reader. So this is like the others, but rather than just pushing a button, this actually will recognize your fingerprint. Only $27. So that's really it. I mean, do some research on these. You don't have to get the ones that I've linked to. It's just to make things easier. I went through and tried to find the ones that are actually offered by the manufacturer or have a lot of positive reviews. That way, basically saving you a little legwork. I do make an associate or affiliate commission when somebody clicks one of these links and makes a purchase on Amazon. So know that. I don't even know what it is, to be quite frank with you. It's like there's so many, I don't even know what it is. But it's just kind of a convenience thing for you, and it helps me out a little bit as well. This website is FIDOalliance.org, and you can learn more about what FIDO technology does, why it's used, how it's used, who's taking advantage of it. A lot of companies are taking advantage of this technology, and it's growing. And look, the reality is, we're obviously moving towards a very, very digital age where it's very likely that all of our assets are going to be digitized some way, shape, or form. If you're a crypto trader on any level, obviously, if you have a decent sized sum of cryptocurrencies or digital assets, you want one of these hardware keys to protect your account. If you're a fellow YouTuber and you're not yet using a hardware key, you are crazy. I highly encourage you to do that now. Go get one, pick it up on Amazon Prime. You have it in 2 days. You'll have it set up in 5 minutes, less than that. It's super, super easy. And protect your YouTube accounts. Protect your Google accounts, your Gmail accounts. All of that stuff can be protected with one of these things, and it will definitely help you sleep at night. So that's it for this video. Wanted to keep it quick and clean and to the point. Get yourself a hardware key. Don't wait until something happens. Do it now. Do it now. Have a good day. I'll see you guys soon.